my name is Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. As is usual at this time of year, I stop looking at my daily charts and instead concentrate on the longer term view, using my weekly, monthly, even yearly charts. If you'd like to discuss any of these, I'd only be too happy to hear from you. So let me now introduce today's longer term chart.
Today I'll be looking longer term at Chicago corn. The first quarter of the 2020s has been dominated by one key pattern and its key and even larger offspring. The key pattern was the 2020 annual key reversal up. A simple enough pattern, but it was the staging post for the big climb out of the congestion formed between 2014 to 2020. It has been, and still is, nicely organised between the 38.2% absolute Fibonacci support below at 324.25 and what was then the 50% absolute Fibonacci line overhead resistance at 424.25. This pattern led to the construction of the new, much larger pattern, the late 2020 to early 2023 lopsided head and shoulders top that peaked just under the all-time high from 2012 at 849. The break lower below the neckline of this head and shoulders top pattern, the neckline is currently at 740, in April 2023 set course for lower markets with a primary target X down at 474 and a secondary hard to reach target X1 down at 335. The primary target was easily achieved in July 2023 and prices then slowly made their way towards the secondary target X1. Until about February 2024 when prices once again pressed down onto that congestion zone from the top and started to meet viscous support. The most recent and final press lower was over July to September last year when prices turned higher. At the end of that, realizing the market could not force its way much lower. However, between July 2023 to December 2024, the market had formed a bear channel. That's currently at 352 to 441, highlighted in dark blue on my monthly chart. A new pattern, and one that can now be seen as a bullish pattern, as we had a strong close above it for December 2024 and fresh new moves higher this year so far. So what have we in the way topside? Well, the 1 year moving average, currently at 437, has already been overcome. And in January, we see prices are tackling the 2 year moving average, currently at 479, though I'm unsure how good a resistance this is likely to be. We have a lesser Fibonacci line at 506, but the next real solid looking resistance is the combination of the slowly rising 5 year moving average, currently at 522, and a 61.8% absolute Fibonacci line at 524.5. I'd also throw in the sharply declining 3 year moving average, currently at 549, as in all likelihood by the time prices get up there, this 3 year moving average may be down within the orbit of the other two resistances. Beyond this, look to the recent 2020 to 2022 50% Fibonacci line at 567 and the lesser Fibonacci line above that at 627. Now finally, one housekeeping point and 1 point to watch out for. In housekeeping, I think by this time next year I will have likely retired the secondary target X1 below, given the recent actions. The 1 point to watch out for is the newly drawn bright green 2020 to 2024 bullish Andrews pitchfork. This is a wholly untested pitchfork, but it is worth noting for the future, especially on any pullbacks. And for this I'd look to the bright green lower time, currently at 423. Now this Andrews pitchfork is not especially acute, but even with that being said, I would not hesitate to retire this and instead utilize a less acute bullish shift pitchfork for the same move. I have not as yet drawn this new pattern, as the current bullish Andrews pitchfork has not been under any threat. But it's important that I think you should be aware of my intentions if this happens and in this regard.
Thank you for watching and listening. This annual broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and at the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.